Chapter 14, Confessionals. You have one blissful night alone in your apartment before Eddie returns from the Maldives, fully healed from his stomach bug. I'm so glad you're feeling better. Dude, me too. That was brutal. I'm so excited to film the Confessionals. That's where all the tea usually spills. You wince, remembering the scheduling email you got after you landed in LA. Yeah, well, we're both starting with Mercy. Well, it's best to get the worst out of the way, right? You know, maybe you're right. At least we'll be done with her sooner rather than later, and we could focus on Gemma and Celeste. Exactly, it'll be fine. If only you had your brother's confidence. I have to try and find my cool before I see Mercy again. I guess I need to remember this will be the last time I'm forced to film with her. Yep, and then, as your favorite old schoolboy band would say, bye bye bye. You do always know how to make me feel better. I'll keep that on a loop in my brain while I talk to her. So, how was the plane ride home? It was a great excuse for a nap. It was so long, and after we talked for a while, I kind of fell asleep. You leave out the part where you and Ashton went to sleep together. I slept on my plane ride home, too. Oh, well, I hate lying to Eddie, but telling him about Ashton is going to take careful thought and planning. I refuse to spring it on him out of nowhere. Anyway, there's going to be a lot going on today. Oh, for sure. My jet lag is real, though. I almost missed the Maldives. Our next location will be even better. Your phone buzzes in your lap and you flip it over to check. Magic hands. Okay, I can't stop thinking about you because I need to touch you again. You quickly turn your phone back over, but not before Eddie catches a glimpse of the screen. Oh, hello. Those are quite the text. You have an admirer I don't know about. Shut up. We both know you can't read. Please, as if you can read. Stop trying to fabricate a social life for me because you're bored and horny, will you? Hey, I am both of those things, but I know text when I see one. Eddie's eyes narrow, and you can tell he's not going to drop this before he can question you, and you stand and grab your shoes. I'll see you at the lot. You've got to get out of here before he wants to talk more. Your fingers tremble as you grab your keys, worry sinking in that Eddie isn't going to drop this. Bit weird if he doesn't. After you white-knuckle it through the LA traffic, you arrive at Ashton's private studio lawn and find him out front, somehow looking even sexier than when you left him. Hey, stranger. Despite the fact that you're dreading the day ahead, his sexy smile definitely serves as a pick-me-up. Were you out here waiting for me? He tugs you to the building side and pulls you in for a quick kiss. You bet I was. I wanted to say hi before you start with Mercy. Figured you could use a little encouragement. I could use a skipping this filming session with Mercy in favor of a makeout session with you. Can't you just take me home? I wish, but there's also, I'm here to remind you that you're in the position of power here. Don't forget that. You're right. Oh, but I know she's gonna be horrible, and I don't want to even look at her. I can already feel a headache forming between my eyes. I know. I'm sorry. You've dealt with Mercy before, and come out on top. This time will be no different. Yeah, but last time she was on an island with restricted phone service. Now she's in LA, she has connections. What if she makes good on her threats to ruin me? You try to shake it off, but fear and anxiety settle over you. Ashton cocks his head. I understand why you're nervous, but I'm not worried about her. He takes your hands in his and squeezes. You're an amazing producer. You can handle a little up upstart like Mercy. Remember when she tried to usurp you on set, take control, or when she barged in your trailer without knocking first? Oh, I remember. And she thought I would just take it. She saw me as weak. She tried to take advantage. Joke's on her. Could you change your outfit from a flight attendant? Just saying. Yeah, I guess it is. Anger flashes through you, and you're surprised that even a mere mention of Mercy gets you so riled up. Ashton leans over and gives you a quick peck. That feeling? It's because I'm using a little trick I learned to control the narrative. If you have anything to do with it, Mercy is not emerging from the chute looking good. She shouldn't get to win this one, and get the drama-ridden confessional the editors want so badly. Right. I'd love some suggestions. Say no more. Ashton leads you to a private spot on set, gestures for you to take a seat. Okay, so controlling the narrative is all about knowing your opponent. Oh, trust me, I know plenty about her. And you're going to put it to use. I happen to have more insight on Mercy and the thing she loves most. Herself. We all knew that. Of course, that totally tracks. And with Eddie, he loves to gush over artsy cult films. And when it comes to you, well, I know exactly how to distract you. Oh, yeah? You happen to be an expert there. You don't even bother pretending to try that he doesn't know exactly how to distract you. You're passionate about many things, but I'm currently obsessed with someone. And doing something with him. And even looking at him is such a distraction I can lose my train of thought. Interesting word is he's also obsessed with someone. Ashton pulls you in for a kiss. Thoughts of Mercy vanish as his tongue strokes yours, his hands carding through your hair. Kissing Ashton makes you want to grab him and go somewhere private fast. Well, that's always a good way to distract me too. Thank God it's not the best way to distract Mercy. She's not my type. Ashton laughs and shakes his head. It's all about tailoring the conversation to the person's specific interests. So whether it's deflecting a nosy reporter's questions or shifting a client's focus to themselves, you have to find a way to take control. Taking control is definitely one of your many strengths. In the bedroom, feel free to leave that to me, but professionally, I know this will be a strength of yours too. I want you to try it out with me. Ask me a few questions and use my answers against me. Okay? You can do this. Take a deep breath and look him straight in the eye. So, Ashton. This was a really stupid question to start off with. Do you prefer to give or to receive? Do you read fiction? I've read a few books, for ideas. I think you've tried out a few of those ideas with me. I'm sure I have. Well, I'm a big reader too. And recently I devoured a very spicy series that gave me some new tips and tricks. Well, what are we doing at work then? You laugh, loving how you've managed to completely throw him off with your question. Now his brain is completely focused on... See, you're already a pro. Oh, give me a break. We paid diamonds for this shit. Bro, come on. No, this is not... Bat your eyelash is a picture of innocence. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sure. So talking to me about our life, which you know I'm passionate about, is a total accident. Those were the only two options I had, dude. Maybe you're not, and I think you're worried about Mercy. You're going to handle her perfectly. Did they just throw shit at the wall at Pixelberry and just decide, hey, what'll stick? We'll see. This is easy. I know how you think and what'll pull your attention. It's the same with Mercy or anyone else. But what if I don't know them well enough to know what they'd like? Context clues. Look at what they're wearing, carrying, talking about. Bring up something generic, see where the conversation goes. But you won't need to be generic with Mercy. All you have to do is focus on her. Her favorite thing is to talk about herself. You take a deep breath and nod. Okay, I can do that. Now, it's my turn to ask you a question. Would you ever make a tape? I would love to make use of your production skills. There's the thought of making one with Ashton sends heat flooding right through you. The idea of being able to watch him pleasure you over and over again. I thought you might. We'll have to get creative one of these days. We certainly have all the equipment we need to film something high quality, including a gorgeous subject who always provides a soundtrack. Your skin prickles with heat. The temptation to rehearse threatens to take over. It's so easy to get swept away by the fantasies of Ashton. You force yourself to refocus and stay in control, ready to redirect the conversation topic to your interviewer. I'm sure you have experience when it comes to filming on that particular set. I don't, actually. But I'm looking forward to changing that. Anyway, we have a lot of work to do today before we even think about other things. Oh, please. I can tell from looking at you that all you want to do right now is talk about other things. You can you? Ashton is 1,000% right, but you don't want him to know that. Not during this little lesson. He takes a step closer, and the look of pure lust on his face makes you dampen. Don't play coy, I know you, and I know what you want. Swallow hard, try to hold it together, but Ashton's making it so difficult. And what's that? Me. If I lock that door, I bet you'd spread your legs for me right here and right now. Hard as hell I roll. At this point, you're not even sure you'd need him to lock the door. His intoxicating scent envelops you as he nears, drawing your nips to tight points. No time to take back control. I know what you want, but I'm going to make you wait. I'd rather ask you another question anyway. You're killing me, Bentley. Beating Ashton in his own game is delicious. Jesus God, wrap the mouse cord around my neck. Oh. So, Ashton, what's the kinkiest place you've ever... Oh, come on, I can't kiss and tell. That's fair. No, it's not. But let me just say I'm open to exploring any great hookup spots with you. If you could, you'd take his hand, forget work, but you're supposed to be in control and you can't cave, even if you want to. I happily accept this challenge after work. Ashton takes your hand and kisses the top of it. See, you're already an expert at playing people's interest to take back the conversation. I do feel more confident now, thank you. Now I just need to figure out the perfect way to play to Mercy's self-obsession. Oh, I can give you a surefire way to throw her off. Insinuate she's not as special as she thinks she is. Make it sound like she's a runner-up, and she'll have an explosive meltdown in seconds. Okay, yes, I can see that working perfectly. Mercy won't know what hit her. You take a deep breath. I can do this. You arrive at the confessional booth to see Mercy getting a final touch-ups with her hair, sans burned extensions, and makeup. She doesn't even acknowledge your presence. Don't put too much blush on me. My cheeks are naturally rosy. But as rosy as ashful. With a quiet sigh, you sit down behind Eddie, and as Cameron put on a professional face ready for battle. When Mercy sits down, you don't even look at her, choosing instead to inspect the monitor. Time to throw Mercy off her game a bit. I should squint at her image on the screen, ignore her completely. You stare straight ahead, keeping your expression cool. Eddie, are we good to go? Yep, ready when you are. Finally, you force yourself to look at her. So let's begin. I've got a highlight reel of your finer moments. Let's watch and discuss. Note that when we discuss the clips, we'll be filming your reactions, understand? Perfectly. There. That was a very professional start on your part. You roll the first clip. Ugh! Mercy's shout pulls your attention away from Ashton. You watch in delight as she tosses her mimosa right in Blaine's face. What did I do? You watch from another angle as Mercy storms up to you, simmering with rage. Are you kidding me? You set me up with that freaking dud? So, tell us, what was going through your mind during the moment with Blaine? That guy was a total tool. This is the moment to needle her a bit. She's already on edge, and it won't take much to tip her over. What happened to the art of communication? Do you always resort to drink throwing instead of talking through issues? If looks could kill, you'd be very deadly. Or dead. That's not... I did talk to him. Oh well, you screamed at him. Because he was adult. He wasn't worth my breath. Ouch. Well, let's roll the next clip. Come on, Aaron. Wait, I thought... Present Mercy narrows her eyes as she watches herself drag Aaron away from Gemma and into the honeymoon suite. Mercy! So, this was a big moment for our viewers. Because they got to see how any man will happily choose me? That's not a good thing. They learned something about you here, that's for sure. I don't think any of the viewers quite realized how aggressive you can be when it comes to pursuing what you want. Excuse me? You're excused. That you'd pull Erin away from your sister and break her heart in the process. That's not what happened. You're an idiot. You want to know what I think? Not particularly. Too bad, you're gonna get it anyway. You come across desperate. Marcy's eyes narrowed to slits. I've never been desperate for 1 minute. I'm just saying how I think you come off on camera. That's all. If Mercy could leap over and pummel you, you're pretty sure she would. You nod to Eddie, it's time to roll a clip from his personal camera. You play the clip Eddie caught of Mercy at the pool party, flames licking her hair. Help me, someone, do something! You grin as you watch yourself douse her smoking extensions and running mascara are captured perfectly. My hair! It was on fire, shut up. You're lucky to be alive. I could have just watched you die. What? You Oh, it's my mood today. You pause the clip with Mercy mid-scream. Let's talk about this moment. You claim you got a haircut to impress your next date, but this clip of your hair on fire proves otherwise. Some people are saying you look horrible in a bob. How would you respond to that? You brace yourself for her inevitable freakout, but instead her lower lip wobbles and she gives you a sad, puppy eyes and then an exaggerated sniffle. I should have been honest with our viewers. I'm so insecure with my short hair that I wanted to try and fake an air of confidence. And all that mean comments that'll probably come my way will only prove me right. Your stomach drops. She's making herself come off as the victim here. Sensing you're losing the upper hand, you decide to turn up the heat. Well, let's take a look at what some of your dates had to say in their confessionals. We filmed these the other day. Oh, she was mean, okay? Mercy was mean. I wish I'd been paired with Gemma. She seems so sweet. Honestly, I wish I'd gotten to date Gemma or Celeste. Mercy didn't care about me. You hit pause and eye Mercy. You can tell you're close to another meltdown. You claim to have big dreams of finding love, but rumor has it you were only there to get Ashton Park's attention. But yet, you went home early, so how did that work out? I went home because of a misunderstanding, trust me. It's going to be handled. Uh-huh. It's not looking good, Mercy. Would you like some names of therapists? Maybe they could help with some of your issues. How dare you? I'm trying to be helpful. Before you can move on to something else, Mercy explodes. You're the problem. It's you. You've orchestrated all this mess. It's literally my job. You're a pathetic excuse for a producer, and I'm going to sue you for defamation. Got that, Eddie? He nods and gives you a thumbs up. Mercy, you signed a contract. You know I can show any clips I want. On that note, Eddie, this session is a wrap. Thank you for your time, Mercy. Bite me. No, thank you. Mercy, are you in high school? You don't have a better comeback? Oh, please, like you're some genius. I could run circles around people like you. She stands and starts out of the booth, but turns back to you, drawing herself up taller. You know what? If you want to make me the drama queen, go ahead. The villain is always the star. Not if everyone hates her. Like, good villains at least draw people to sympathize with them. Feeling victorious after your shoot with Mercy, you head to Ashton's office on the lot. You let yourself in, shutting the door behind you, and find him finishing up a phone call. Great, thank you, Mira. I look forward to those numbers on my desk tomorrow. Ashton hangs up and eyes you, grinning. Well, I was filming with Mercy. You wrap your arms around him and pull him in for a kiss before responding. I can tell you, she screamed a lot, but I was ready for it. Luckily, she's out of your hair now, right? I never want to talk to her again. I used the tips from our lesson, and damn, they helped so much. Good. I'm so glad they were helpful. You let out a long breath and try to shake off any lingering tension. I am still worried Mercy is going to retaliate in some way, especially since she knows about us, even though she doesn't have any proof. Despite my past with Mercy, I'm yours now. Mercy knows she's lost. Anyway, forget about her. Look around. This office could be yours once the show releases. What? Well, I'm hoping with the success of the show, you and Eddie might want to sign on as full-time employees, and we could work together permanently. Just like we always planned as kids. Ashton, we'll have to see how the show does. It's going to be great, trust me. It better, because Mama wants a new office. Mama, I'm gonna need you to call yourself that more often. You decide to play along with his fantasy of sharing an office. Let me channel my role of executive producer inside. I do not hate the sound of that. Your first order is to lock the door and close the blinds. If you recall, I do know exactly what you like. I do recall. You've got control now, so what are you going to do with it? You saunter over the blinds, draw them closed, then turn to Ashton. If I worked here, I would boss you around all day. You crook your pointed finger, motioning him over. He complies without hesitation and whispers in your ear. If this is what it takes, you playing boss, I'll happily give it to you. Pulling him into a searing kiss, you crush your lips against his, roaming your hands all over his body as you take the lead. You run your hands down his firm pecs to his toned, taut abs and lower towards his arousal. Everyone is off for the day, so feel free to make all the noise you like. No one's around to hear you moan. Except me, of course. Wow, you are so skilled at linguistics. Come on and skip it, come on and whip it. Any other time, I'd be all in, but I'm so wound up talking to Mercy. What I really need is to head home and have a soothing bath. Good call. That sounds like exactly what you need. You head out for the day, noting Eddie waiting on you for dinner. He's a disaster when he's hangry. Jesus Christ, get a place of your own, dude. I said it. But an unpleasant surprise waits in the form of Mercy, propped up on the hood of your car. What are you doing? I bet you thought your questions were clever. More clever than you. I was doing my job, Mercy. Please. You were trying to make me look bad, we both know it. But in reality, you're the one who's in trouble. Mercy. You're boring me. Kind of like this book is boring me. Oh, God, it's true. If you can't tell by my tone during this reading. And then my mood just does not go with it. Really? I don't buy it. That's not my problem. I'm making it your problem. You grit your teeth, trying not to let anger rise in you, but it's impossible with her baiting you like this. I know exactly how to turn the show into something a bit more scandalous and lucrative for me. See, there's a very juicy piece of gossip, not about my sisters or me, but about you. She takes a step closer to deliver the final blow. I know a few tabloids and executives who would love to hear how a puny producer slept her way to the top. Didn't you literally threaten this twice? Jesus. I don't care. It's not how the world works. Anyway, it's gossip. Keyword, it's gossip. Okay? First and foremost, if you did enjoy the content that I at least try and do, right? Which, let's be honest, a lot of us just facepalm at this book. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about that. I try. I really do try. But if you do enjoy the at least work I do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Aside from that, you know what to do with everything else. So, yeah, no, I'm just not in the mood for this book. I'm just not. I had a really shitty day, and this book is just God, it's like being forced to sit down in a room and listen to Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift or I don't know, nails on a chalkboard. I don't know. It just that's how I feel about this book. That's how I feel about a lot of shit like this. But this book is just the personification of just I don't know. I miss America's Most Eligible, right? Like we had drama, we had fun, we had all that stuff, and it was cool. And I miss a lot of like Red Diaries and like all the other books that we had on this app. Those at least were entertaining. Those were at least good. Those at least could be 5 out of 10s. Like this is another book that's like at most like a 2 to 3 out of 10 at best. Like that's literally at best. Okay. I don't know. Am I alone in this? Let me know in the comment section. But otherwise, I don't feel this book at all. I don't. I really don't. And especially, like I said, because of mood and my bad day and everything else. Like, everything else was fine today in terms of reading, right? Like, open fire or open heart fire or whatever. That was fine, right? Or hearts on fire. And the Terror Fest, that was fine. This book just, like I said, nails on a goddamn chalkboard. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm kind of hangry myself. As for Eddie, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Bro's a successful film person, right? And he lives with his sister. Bro, go off and be somebody. Like, stop being obsessed with your sister's love life. Stop being obnoxious and needing to read her texts. Like, you aren't in middle school or high school anymore. Stop it. What are you gonna do? Go run and tell your parents, excuse me, that she's like got someone texting her or something? Wait, dude, grow up. Also, could you actually be a strong, independent woman for once in your goddamn life? We're talking about making her a strong, independent, right? Our MC is supposed to be Miss Strong and Independent, right? Could you move out on your own? You're supposed to be this EP, man. You're supposed to be good. You're supposed to be successful. You're supposed to be all this shit. Have you not got paid yet? Are you waiting? How long until payday? Right? Because, there comes a time and a place where you have to tell people to back off and not be over your shoulder and hanging on you like a baby koala hangs off its mother. Okay? So, could we just. It's annoying. It's just. Jesus Christ, it's annoying. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna stop ranting. Because I'd be here all day with this book because it's just garbage. Bye.